we're at the Nordic Game Indie Night here in Malmö, Sweden. It's hot and heavy in here, and we've caught out with Olli here, who's he's made a game about. It's hard to explain. Can you explain Swapper yourself for our viewers?
So this Swapper is kind of ambient puzzle exploration platformer. It takes place at the space station, and it's about solving puzzles and exploring places, as I said. And the main mechanics are based around your ability to create clones of yourself and transfer your mind between them. And also, there are some light-based mechanics, like you can't create any clones inside blue light, and you can transfer your mind through red light. And then there is some philosophical stuff. That's the kind of story. And yeah, anyway. But the main thing is that it's very atmospheric, and we have made our art out of clay, so it looks really interesting and so on. Yeah.
How does that sort of change game development? Would you say have you done sort of more traditional game development as well? And then what's the benefits and what's the drawbacks of doing it that way?
I feel it's kind of great that we have freedom and we can just experiment and so on. So I'm not still exactly sure what you were asking, but if you're thinking about indie versus some more traditional, then it's definitely the freedom to just do whatever you want. Of course.
So what's the plan moving ahead with the game? What do you want to do? Is it something you just did for this competition, or do you have bigger plans for it?
Yeah, it started as a small multiplayer prototype, and it was supposed to be just a small experiment, but I figured out it could be pretty interesting single player game also, so I started doing that, and then it's just evolved, and now I'm here and been to other conferences. And anyway, we are making now a basically 6-hour or something game that's hopefully very interesting and brings something new to the table. But anyway, it's evolved slowly to this what it's at the moment.
So what's it like having people try the game here and sort of getting their hands on it, and what does that give you as a developer? Is it inspiring, or is it sort of troubling?
Actually, this time it's been very motivating, because some other times when we were playtesting game at some events or so, it was just like oh shit, face palming all the time. But now it's been kind of, it looks very nice and it works. So it's also developed through these events as we see people play the game. Anyway, right now I'm very happy about the game. It seems it has slowly started to work very well. So actually there was one huge bug, or not bug, but level design fault. It was just impossible for anyone to solve one puzzle here, but we just figured out their solution and now it works much better, so we solved it when we were here. Yeah.
So these kind of puzzle games are always sort of, they rank in two categories, where there are the ones where you want to challenge the player to find that special solution that you come up with, and there are those that are more free-form, where you let the player come up with some of solutions of their own. What kind of philosophy do you use, or do you mix those, or how do you feel about that?
Our game is more about kind of pre-made solutions. There could be a few different ways to solve something, and sometimes when we see people play the game we are like, oh shit, there's a new solution, wow, that's awesome. But anyway, it's mostly not like Trine or something where you just do random stuff and oh, this works. Okay, you can do this also in our game, but it's more about figuring out the exact solution. And then there's actually very few game mechanics in the game, but we are going very deep with the mechanics. So there are some very hard puzzles in the end.
So you said you have spent more time than you thought you would on the project. Sort of, do you think you'll release it publicly anytime soon, or how's it looking?
It's always hard to say when we are going to release it, because we are using such a kind of free-form process to design the game. But anyway, we are hoping in the first half of next year. I could say something more precise, but I don't want to say, because you know, deadlines are deadlines.
And what platforms would that be?
At the moment, PC and Mac. I guess that's the most accurate estimate of what platforms we are targeting.
Until someone swoops in and gives them lots of money. Anyway.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Thank you very much.